The F-55 Nova Strike isn't just another next-generation aircraft, it's a purpose-built manifestation of air superiority thinking where stealth, raw thrust, and algorithmic flight control aren't separate features, they are a single living system. Designed as a deep-penetration strike fighter, the Nova Strike takes the concept of fifth-generation design and bends it further toward a fully integrated network warbird, one that doesn't merely fly into contested airspace but lives in it as if it were home turf. Built around a sweeping blended fuselage with ultra-low radar cross-section profiling, the F-55 uses shifting geometry surfaces that alter airflow signatures in real time, making it appear to hostile radar as something closer to atmospheric clutter than a defined object. The cockpit is a bubble in name only, because nearly everything the pilot sees isn't through physical glass but through a fused augmented reality canopy that composites sensor data, thermal mapping, and satellite pipeline feeds into a zero-lag overlay. The pilot isn't just flying the aircraft, they are managing the battlespace. The Nova Strike's avionics don't assist the pilot, they collaborate. The F-55 pulls constant predictive trim corrections using a neural flight controller that learns the pilot's tendencies and behaves more like a co-pilot than a computer, giving it a feeling of responsiveness that earlier generation fighters simply never achieved. Powering this art of destruction is a hybrid cycle plasma augmented turbofan system engineered to operate in two radically different envelopes: standard stealth approach at subsonic entry and a blistering trans-atmospheric supercruise arc for disengagement or high-speed punching through enemy air nets. In high-output mode, the engine saturates with controlled ion exhaust shaping that reduces thermal bloom, meaning the Nova Strike can run hot and still read cold on infrared tracking. Everything about this jet is designed around survivability without ever sacrificing aggression. Weapons integration is equally forward-leaning. Internal bays hold a modular launch suite that can be fitted for long-range air superiority, deep strike anti-surface operations, or battlefield drone marshalling. The F-55 doesn't just deploy autonomous wingmen, it can dynamically rewrite their mission logic in air, assigning new roles, new formations, and even new objectives as real-time conditions shift. Instead of a fighter that brings support craft with it, the Nova Strike becomes a command hive on wings. What makes it striking visually isn't the size or shape, it is the philosophy baked into its skin. Adaptive optical array filaments beneath its topcoat allow the F-55 to change its surface tonality based on sky texture, giving it a passive chameleon trait even without electronic countermeasures. Under moonlight or at the edge of sunrise, the Nova Strike becomes a color ghost, visible to the naked eye 1 second and vanish the next. Inside the maintenance bay, however, you see why the aircraft feels like it was built a generation ahead of its time. Line-replaceable modules slide out like cartridges. Diagnostics aren't run by ground crews alone, the aircraft runs its own health telemetry scans mid-flight and pushes maintenance reports the moment it lands. Everything is about turnaround dominance, the ability to ready for redeployment in less time than enemies expect. For our channel Regular Car Reviews Auto, it's easy to say this jet is like a hypercar of the sky, but the truth is, it goes a step further. While most machines push physical engineering limits, the F-55 pushes systemic intelligence limits. Its greatest weapon isn't thrust or stealth. Its greatest weapon is how much thinking it does before the pilot even reacts. The Nova Strike is not merely built for air combat. It is built for air control. In the future skies where human reflex alone isn't enough, the F-55 becomes not an aircraft, but a thinking extension of the pilot, not a machine you fly, but a platform you command. A glimpse at what aerial warfare will become when instincts and algorithms merge into a single battle presence.